Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary finies and hellions of all walks of life, and welcome to the penultimate episode of Gotham by Grasslands on Apochromatic Unlimited for our amazing Black History Month charity streams. I am so happy to be a part of all this again and to have my entire crew here with me. Um, we are celebrating Black History Month still, forever, and always. And this year we're raising funds on Tiltify for Black Girls Rock, an organization and movement dedicated to empowering and celebrating Black girls and women through programs focused on leadership, education, and cultural enrichment, fostering self-worth, pride, and empowerment. Each weekend, Black History Month channels including Apochromatic Unlimited, Obsidian Brews, House of Dreams, and Nerdgasm Noir Network will be hosting actual plays and panels to raise funds and show our passion, unity, and creativity. And a super big thank you and shout out to this year's sponsor of Transplant RPG, an award-winning all-transgender, people of color-led dark fantasy channel telling stories in an original, non-colonial, anti-Orientalist multiverse. They are proud to support the Apochromatic Unlimited Black History Month fundraiser and encourage everyone watching to give what they can. And as always, we stand in solidarity with all oppressed peoples of the US and the world fighting for freedom against colonization, imperialism, and white supremacy. Free Sudan, free DRC, and free Palestine. You can donate to Black Girls Rock by clicking the link in chat to Tiltify, where your donations will be tracked live, and also check out the links to each of our cast members. Speaking of our cast members, want everyone to say hi, like who you are, who you're playing, and for fun, what's a fictional character from any verse that's invited to the cookout? We'll start with Black Sparrow.
Hi, I am your favorite burb on the interweb, A Black Sparrow. I have the distinct honor of playing Cadence. Pronouns are he, him, so are mine. Um, ooh, a fictional character that's invited to the cookout. Well, I'm a Power Rangers fan, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say Tommy. Tommy's invited to the cookout.
I can rock with that. Forta.
Hi, I'm Forta. I also go by Lex. You can find me on the internet at FortaVer, FortaVer, with and without the dash in between, except for the places I'm LexArts with 2 X's. I illustrate, I play games, like this lovely game today, and today I'm playing Auspice, the totally not a Talon vulture. So, we're gonna
Yeah.
see where that goes today.
Yeah, we believe that. We believe that. when you said it.
Totally not part of a secret organization. It's not me. Who would I invite to the cookout? Gosh, my brain is mush. I'm gonna say, since we were on a PBS kick, the twins from Dragon Tales, I would invite
Yeah,
them. They'd
for
be
sure.
fun.
For sure. Janie.
Hi, I'm Janie. I do a lot of stuff in games. Um, just an all-star, so in
No,
case you were
genuine, that's fact.
wondering. Sorry. And I wanted you to see my lovely ceiling. I hope you all like it. I'm playing a deli royal who I'm not even sure right now. I'll figure it out. Um, and I'm not inviting anybody to a cookout unless they are bringing crabs.
Oh, that does sound good, actually.
Hell yeah.
And if you show up with the Pusilla crabs, then you can come in. You just have to wait at last for all of the food.
Fair enough. And Midnight.
Yeah. Hi. I'm Q. Go by the Midnight Ink out here on the internet. I am he, him are my pronouns, and I'm playing King here in the Gotham by Grassland. They, them. And someone I would invite to the cookout, Jacob Hill from Evan Elementary. He's invited.
He's invited.
Mm-hmm.
And hi, I'm your DM for the day, Javante. I go by, my pronouns are he, him. My pronouns for this game are any and all, because I play everyone else. And person I would invite to the cookout, Shikamaru from Naruto's.
Yes.
Totally invited to the cookout.
Yes. That man
100%.
is chill. He can hang.
We are going
Sure.
to shoot ourselves directly into game. Our our comic that's been sitting on the table, open and ready, but not beginning with the Okay,
Yeah.
Bean.
Oh, I didn't realize we were
We
back
didn't
in yet.
realize. We were like, wait, what?
Can you
Yay.
hear us?
Sweet. It works.
You dropped the comic
Cool.
book in between the couch and the wall, and you just had to like, pull it, and now you got it back in your lap. So now
That's
you
it.
Oh,
can
that's
re-experience it.
that was
Yep,
so funny.
that is an actual experience I've had. Um, where last we left off, our trio have noticed that Adeli was missing, moved through the most of the asylum, picking apart some small clues as to what might be going on. Um, they had found themselves at the very end in the manor, adjacent to the asylum itself, in which they discovered that much of the problems that seem to have happened here seem to have originated with the introduction of Professor Strange into the role of the head therapist, if you will, of the asylum in question. Now, normally speaking, we would continue with the three. However, our comic page opens up on a still dark room. Adeli, you find yourself seemingly waking up as if the influx of this gas that had hit you caused you to go into unconsciousness. You find yourself awakening, strapped to a chair.
Okay. So I'm gonna assume this isn't the first time I've woken up like this.
Probably not.
So I'm trying to is there anything in the room or that I could like cut a strap or something with?
Feeling
Like
like
a
kind of moving around, you can feel that the chair is wooden and it is on what seems to be just a marble or tiled flooring. Um, there is very little light in this room. There seems to be just this, like a haze light. You can see bits of broken glass on the ground around you that if you had knocked the chair to the side, you could probably scoot yourself over to grab it.
I want to do that.
As the chair falls, and it jars you a little bit, but you do manage to scoot and get your hand around a bit of a shard of glass and start cutting away at the strap. You hear, in what seems to be an intercom over your head, so this then All right, so you're the one. Someone here had told me that there would be a a member of Cobblepot's family coming over. So it must be you then.
Are you the one that put me in here?
Yes.
Okay, so why am I still in here? Let me out.
I am afraid I am not quite done testing yet.
By this point, do I have the straps off of me?
At this point, you have definitely cut at least one of the straps off of your hand, like arms. So your one arm is free, and you probably could be working on the other strap.
Okay, as I'm working on the straps, I'm sort of coming up with a plan of because I don't have much in the room. I could like break the chair and have the leg as a weapon or something.
Mhm. Yeah, you could definitely do that.
Well, what other tests are you doing? Because I've got plans.
Unfortunately, you may be here a little while longer. At least until I can no longer get of anything value out of that head of yours.
Okay, again, I'm going to ask you nicely. Will you please let me out of here?
Are we at that stage of bargaining?
Well, I mean, I woke up strapped to this chair. We didn't have dinner or anything we had beforehand, and I don't want to be in here, and you're not letting me go. So I'm asking you very nicely, please let me go.
I appreciate the please. I wasn't able to get your comrades. They seem to be a little stronger than my doses of fear toxin were able to utilize.
Right, but that's not my problem.
There's this momentary, like, pause in the recording. You hear a buzz, and you hear the sound of a door starting to slide open.
So am I able to get to the door?
Yes,
Okay, yeah, I'm getting out of there if I can.
you're carrying the chair leg with you.
Yeah.
Okay. As you head out of the door, um, you see in adjacent cells several other individuals also inside of these cell rooms. Some still moving. One you can see just like rocking and pressing their head against the corner. Most are unmoving.
Do I see I don't know, is it 3 of them that I'm supposed to be rescuing?
Uh, one of the one that's rocking in the corner, you can see is wearing what looks like a penguin symbol on the back of a jacket they have. So clearly that's one of them.
Okay, at this moment, I'm weighing if this favor is really worth it or if I just wanna try to get out of here.
Head just presses against the corner again. You hear in the intercom. Some aren't able to withstand too many doses of the toxin, and it causes severe and irreversible brain damage.
I can see that, but, I was tasked with bringing the Three Stooges back to the Cobblepots, and I'd just like to get that done.
If you don't mind carrying two spare bodies, I'm happy for you to dispose of the unneeded test subject.
Could you dump them outside if they're bodies?
Of course.
Thank you. You've been so cooperative with me after our little incident back there.
There's a noted silence on the other end, and you hear another buzz and another door opens at the further end of the hall.
I guess I just go that way. Oh, I gotta get the other one out, don't I? Or is he just can I just assume he's
It's up to you if you want to try to get him out.
do I have any rope?
Probably on you. If you have several things in your pockets, not all of them are explodey. If you want to tell me that you have rope,
Okay, yeah, no, I wanna just, like, tie his hands together so that he
you,
can't fight me as I'm leading him out.
you go into the cell to do this, and he doesn't seem to notice your footsteps until you're directly behind him and about to put your hand on his wrist to start tying it, and then he just looks up and
It's okay, I'm just tying your hands behind your back.
you don't have the you don't have the noose. You're not okay. Okay.
No, I wasn't told to hang you with a noose.
No, no, it's the doctor has the he's, he seems like he's not able to articulate. It's just staccato words.
Okay, it's fine, I'm going to take you out of here. Come on, let's go.
You start like he's walking, but he's like every movement he just drifts a little to the right until he hits a wall, jolts, and then starts drifting the other direction.
You think you can walk straight for me?
Like,
As Adele is going towards the door, you can just tell that she's done with this.
as you go through the door, you hear again now over the intercom. Your companions. Where are they?
Well, I would know that if you hadn't have tied me up and put me into a dark cell. But I was in a dark cell, unconscious, so I don't know where they are right now. You have all the surveillance. You can't tell me you can't look through any of your cameras to see where they are?
You hear like little flicking sounds. Some of the cameras around the facility are inactive.
Okay, so I can see that you've had this whole thing going on, but you really have to get better at this.
It's not exactly my. The areas where the cameras are inactive due to the use of certain flora interfering with electromagnetic signals.
Right, but if you're controlling this place with your wonderful scientific projects, then you should be able to control this flora.
There's a pause. I am in no control of any of this.
Okay, well that
I simply am tasked to utilize the systems in place as they are. My superior is tasked with the other aspects of things.
well, you should find ways to do what you need to do because this is not acceptable.
It's a noted pause again. Weren't you tasked with escorting 3 prisoners of this asylum out?
Yeah, I was, and I mean, if I was gonna do this, I would have done it differently. Just saying.
How so?
Well, I mean, I would have
Blown up the
taken it.
wall?
Oh, well, I would have made sure I had control of all of the systems.
You hear typing on a keyboard.
And I will, how about this? How about we have dinner, let's say in a couple of days, and I can go over all of my plans with you.
Do you know what herpetophobia is?
Okay, I don't know what that is.
As you start hearing a few more doors opening. Herpetophobia is the fear of reptiles. You know,
So
there
I
are
assume,
people that are deathly afraid of things such as lizards, skinks, snakes.
yeah, there are lots of people afraid of those things. Am I going to assume you're going to have a bunch come running out at me?
No, just one. As there's another door opens and you see a pair of rather large glowing yellow eyes and a single scarab-like jewel at the head of the center of it looks forward. So I'm back. It is feeding time. I would begin running. As you hear another doors opening as this creature lifts its head a little higher and lets out this and starts running through the hall towards you.
Do I still have grenades, right?
Yeah,
Can I throw one directly at this thing?
absolutely. Give me an attack roll.
Okay. Um, which dice is that again?
D20. Stats from my boy.
S- Okay, I have a 16 on the dice. I don't know what to add to that.
You are good. Give me one moment while I pull up a thing. There you are. What is your defense?
And I'm
It
sorry,
actually,
Adele's a little bit irritable after she gets woken
you're
up
good.
being tied.
You're good. Go ahead and roll for me a d6 and add 3 to it.
That's 7.
Okay. As the grenade strikes its face and bursts, you see scales and teeth go flying to the side as it just kind of lets this. I love it when meat fights back, and it continues running towards you on all fours. As a note, the grenade does look like it did damage, but it doesn't look like Sobek is hurt enough to stop running after you.
Okay, I've got to decide if I'm going to. I've still got this person that I'm dragging along with me too.
Yes, they are currently screaming. The natural reaction to being chased by a 15-foot tall crocodile human.
Now, is he standing where I was trying to run to, or
No,
wait?
he's on the other. So where you're trying to run to, he's on the upper side of that. He's chasing you towards that exit.
Okay, I'm going to try to run, but I'm worried I'm not going to make it. So I'm going to try.
I want you to give me. This will be a contested check. I want you to give me a dex check.
Okay, that's an 11 on my dice.
I'm gonna roll for his dexterity. He is gaining. There will be 3 of these checks.
Okay, well, you want me to roll again?
Roll again. I will also say that if you would like to let go of the person that you're holding, it will count as an automatic success. They will, however, die.
No, I got an 11 again. I'm not letting go of the person just yet.
Yeah, he's going to roll again. He is very much gaining still. I rolled the same
Okay.
thing twice. You see the door, there's a countdown timer above the door that you're heading towards, which looks to be a metal door that will close and lock, essentially.
Okay, so unfortunately, I am going to have to let Chad go.
Mhm. As an automatic success, as you just release the hold, and dive through the door, which slams closed, and you hear something huge slam into the metal door from the other side. And again, lets out this bellowing, echoing roar. But Sobek seems to have been warded off for the time being.
I'm going to try to send a text to my cousin really quick saying that her crazy asylum keeper has killed all of her employees.
There's a pause and then a text back. What do you mean my crazy asylum keep? What do you mean all my boys are dead?
There's someone here, some doctor here who's doing experiments, sending monsters and some kind of fear toxin after everyone.
I didn't hire anyone like that? Question mark.
Well, he's here.
All right. Get back home quick and we'll see if we can sort this out.
Yeah, if I end up getting killed, I'm coming back as a ghost to haunt you.
There's no text message back to respond to that. Um, Giving a look at your surroundings, you see, from as this door slammed, um, a myriad of plants growing around the area as you seem to have found yourself in a portion of the manor.
So I'm assuming this is why um this was what was blocking the signals of the camera. So I'm not going to bother the plants. I'm just going to try to make my way out of this room.
As you begin to make your way out of the room, footsteps echoing down the halls, you can hear what sounds like other voices talking to one another through one of the doors. They
Um,
do sound familiar.
I'm going to knock before opening the door.
Hey, trio, you hear a knock at the door.
Okay.
I think Auspice, upon hearing the knock, has shifted to be someplace you can't see, you know, them when you come in through that door.
I think same for King. Just opposite side.
Just
just,
waiting.
just into the shadows.
Cadence is actually going to crouch down, but they're going to stay like in full view of the door to get the best like first attack off.
Those
Adele's going to
doors.
open it and have the thing in her, the chair leg in her hand.
The three of you see Adele holding a broken chair leg.
Oh, it's you.
Quick question, GM.
Yes,
Would we have been able to hear Sobek's roar from where we were at?
absolutely. You would have been able to hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I figured that like I was gonna be like, if y'all are gonna go to the sides, I will at least be like front and center. So if that's what's happening, I can at least get an attack off and dodge out of the way. But then Cadence is going to stand up, seeing that it is currently just a deli, and they're going to go. Assuming you are being chased, no?
Yes, the door closed behind us. I don't know how long it will hold.
Well, then I suggest we move because one of us turns over to King, seems to have been a target for Sobek, and hoping that it's not going to be the rest of us.
Well, I'm a target, so it's probably all of us.
If it hunts by smell, no doubt he already has all of our scent.
Somewhere further down the hall, the three of you hear. For three of you, a familiar voice. For one of you, a non-familiar voice. How did y'all manage to piss off Sobek? Boss, shush.
I existed.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
Seems like a silly question to ask in retrospect, no?
I told the scientist person that he was doing a bad job and he got mad at me.
Makes sense.
Oh, so Adele can do it, and I'm But I'm the bad guy when I'm telling people, okay, no, it's
It was only
fine.
her life on the line in her space.
It's fine. I call a doll a doll. People have problems.
No, a doll's a
No,
doll.
no, I lost the
I can still hear
tag.
you from down here.
And
It
you're
doesn't
still a doll.
change. It doesn't change the truth that you are a doll.
And that's not a terrible thing. You're just a doll.
There is
never said it
cursing
was.
in Sicilian heard in the
I
background.
never said it was bad. I was just saying you are a doll. You are made of wood. You have someone holding your back so that you can remain upright. You are a doll.
There's the sound of angry wood hitting bars.
And also, you are still in prison. So, you have a chair leg. Did you find your friends?
Yeah, the Sobek got one of them. The other ones, I think the crazy guy got rid of them.
My condolences. We should. Can I can just go, right?
Yeah.
Or are you going to try and keep me here?
Honestly, beyond the whole "you're under arrest" cliche, seems a bit easier to say than to do.
I haven't done anything.
Right, but we are in the center of this place at this point. So, like, if you wanted to leave, like, you can say, I can just go. But, like, doing it between Sobek and, others at this point, Cadence is kind of just like shrugging, like,
It's like,
I mean, you can go up by yourself if you want to. Does it seem like a good idea?
honestly, yes. But
Then
If
I
you're
wish you
leaving,
luck.
can I follow you?
no, absolutely not. No. The way I will go, you'll not be able to follow me. Also, you'll just draw attention to Sobek.
Says the person who got his attention in the first place.
Randomly.
Random or not, it's the
I-
truth.
It happened to be right where I was coming in.
Listen, if you want to call the boss a doll, I have to say you got Sobek's attention. There is no asterisk in the air on that one, man. Just saying. You did it. Regardless of how you meant to or not, it's the truth.
But I didn't
So,
get caught.
yet, and
Ah,
now you want to go off on your own,
Let him.
knowing that Sobek
leave.
is looking specifically for you.
I don't think it's specifically.
All
I
right.
think it's just whatever is around. Okay. Listen, we all just meet.
Oh, I sort of injured him a tiny bit.
Interesting.
I injured
Yes.
him a tiny bit, she says, having thrown a grenade at his face.
Right, grenade. Sure.
I mean, we don't know.
Flash,
Right.
flash cut
I think
to
you're-
grenade exploding in his face.
Yeah, well, sure, but he sure did chuckle that the fuck off. So
As far as we know that, but
My
these
boy-
characters know that.
my boy said this was a spicy meatball. You know what I mean? So
You did. That was so funny.
okay, fine. If we're going with this, we're a team. We're going together. Then let's go.
Listen,
No,
you
it's
just
no.
asked the question. You asked
No.
if you could go, and I
was a-
was saying, yeah, you could, but
No, that was mostly because you were like, oh, you were sticking a lot of pins in things. So I wanted to make sure that the pins that involved me could be resolved or just ignored and left for later.
no, those won't be resolved. But if you want to go, the short answer is yes. The long answer is you can go. Seems like a bad idea to me. And Cadence is gonna like just like as they're saying this, they're like backing up very like slowly and carefully,
Mm.
like they're widening the gap between King and themselves until they like. I'm assuming they're going to at some point gonna lean up against like a wall, like they're trying to be conscious to not like put themselves in front of bars, in case somebody is in there. But like they're leaning up against a wall to just be like, if you're trying to leave, I'm not stopping you.
So, while you all are discussing that, tell me what this room is, and have you tried any other way to get out of here?
It is a resting area. There are three doors. The door that you came out of, which seems to lead back into the interrogation wings of the asylum. There is the door that leads essentially out of the manor, which would lead towards the greenhouse, aka towards Ivy. Um, and then there's the ones that lead
Door.
back to where they were walking through.
Yeah.
And where we were walking through, like, which way gets us to Enigma?
That would be if you were to head towards Crane. So where Adelia left. Yeah, it's not an easy situation.
Okay, so
Also, consider. Okay. No, there's no considering that. He can just be there wherever he is, and or she or they or I suppose I haven't asked.
which one?
Nigma.
Ah, Enigma. Well, we can't really ask them right now.
No.
They can't really hear us.
Not to put too much sauce on the point, but we also have the good doctor with the fear toxin situation.
Yes, but there's Sobek somewhere in that
No,
Right.
I'm
vicinity.
saying in addition to Sobek, we also have the fear toxin situation. We don't know how much of this place is booby trapped by that.
And also didn't it was just from that way. So if we go the way that the Riddler is, we would be going back towards Sobek.
And as much as I would like to not deal with Ivy, Ivy might be able to be reasoned with.
Well, Ivy's blocking the cameras for this part of this place.
Yeah,
So could we use that to our advantage?
it's been somewhat advantageous thus far, but hmm. The window that the hyena went out through, is that still open slightly?
Yes, it's also like a story up.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, we can get down from here. We have
You
like
could climb down from it, yeah.
equipment.
Well, we could just go outside. And then that way we can leave.
And outside isn't full of twisting corridors that can be pumped full of gas.
Right. Sorry, the questioner, you are on your own.
There was no response from the radio this time.
I was waiting for static. I was hoping for static.
I mean, really, I'm not disagreeing. You'd be very funny. All you would really get is a clipped mic at this point. They're probably like 7 octaves up from how many times you've pulled that joke.
Who are they
listen,
anyway?
Have you
uh,
heard of an last name Nigma ran a piece in the paper,
Oh,
mutiny
okay.
paper.
yeah, she goes by the Riddler. They go by the Riddler. I was not entirely sure.
And,
Are they trapped in here too?
oh,
Yeah,
yes.
but like back the way you came, and Sobek is there, so
Okay, well they can hear us. Just like find a body, throw it in front of Sobek, and just run. Get through here and go out the window.
Oh, they're locked up is the thing.
Oh, in one of the cells.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be my
Presumably.
guess.
Mm-hmm. So,
They might be loose now.
maybe if we go outside, we can look for another way in and around so we can avoid Sobek because I don't want to have to fight him.
Okay, if you do get trapped in a cell, do you have something sharp to cut your way out of the straps? All of you.
I might.
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
I'm capable. Yes.
Yes.
And you could break glass.
Can I break glass of everyone here?
Just making sure you're all good just in case the worst happens.
Depends on how thick that glass.
I will take back the indignation. Sound is kind of my thing. So yes, I can handle some glass.
Okay, the only other problem is in case we get gassed again.
I mean, I would be fine.
I would like to take this moment to note that Auspice, at the very least, is more or less perched in the window, preparing to go down because, well, I mean, we're still talking, but like,
Not doing a lot of moving. No, that makes big sense.
No, that's super. That's really smart, actually.
Nah, following auspice here.
before I
Auspice,
go
could you make me
down,
a perception check?
yes, that is exactly what I was about to ask. Where am I going to land if I go down? That is a base of 17. Give me a second to do some math. I say a second, it might be more than that by a goodly bit. 3. I'm not in imminent peril, I don't think, or definitely not reacting to a frightening situation.
No, do neither.
I don't know. It's pretty scary out here.
It's pretty messed up out here, but it's not like
Pretty-
jump scare. This
I'm
is
not
more
gonna lie.
like this is Silent Hill ambiance.
Uh-huh.
Bounce a total
Cadence gets a
of
16 on that perception check.
Oh, we all rolling?
You all can roll if you'd
Oh,
like.
hell yeah, brother.
23.
I'll let everyone else roll.
Okay,
Because I might be able to pick apart a few things that you all see.
16.
Look, I got another 11 on the dice. That's like 3 11s in a row.
It's a different thing. Oh my god.
That's crazy.
That is
Anyway,
crazy.
I got 18.
Okay, so Auspice, looking outside for a moment, there's a flash of lightning, and in that flash on the grounds, you see somebody standing at the courtyard looking up, but as the lightning flash vanishes, so do they.
What was the general shape of this something?
Tall, shadowed cape? Not sure.
Does this very stereotypical kind of bird thing, trying to see what was that? Where to go?
Mhm. I got 18.
For
say that.
the 18, perceiving some of the plant life that is still growing around the area that's leading towards where Ivy would be. It's giving off a familiar scent that is reminiscent of the chemical that has turned you into what you are. Which could mean that the plants here produce a pheromone that disrupts the fear toxin.
Mm.
Sparrow, what was yours? What was your roll?
16.
16. Back through the door that you had seen not Auspice, geez, Adeli come through. That metal door that had been punched by Sobek, it isn't moving, but you can see it's still like trying to open. But it seems like when Sobek hit it, it cracked it inwards, so now it's just stuck.
Okay. Don't like that.
And unfortunately, a deli with an 11. It's mostly just the room. I'm sorry.
Oh, but the room for your personal. There are bodies that are posed in here of guards
Mhm.
that are in various states of on break because Zaz
Do
got
any
to
of
them.
these guards have guns?
Not anymore.
Is it with a nightstick maybe, or one of those big
They
heavy
definitely have.
flashlights?
You could definitely grab like a nightstick.
What you need a nightstick for? You have chair leg.
I know, but a nightstick has metal in it. The chair leg is just wood. Wood burns.
So also I was just teasing. It's just I just joshing you. If I if I'm reading my nose right, the plants, they're giving something off that might help against the fear toxin.
Oh, do they have
Mm.
handcuffs?
Yes.
I'm taking all of the handcuffs.
All right. You have a collection of 6 handcuffs.
Well, shall we go meet this botanist?
Sure.
Let's go.
Down, 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 down. In a bout of mild stupidity, I think Auspice does attempt to pretty much go where that apparition was to see if they left any evidence behind of existing.
So you're going to climb down the window and then head over towards the courtyard?
Yeah. 'Cause I don't wanna try and backtrack and see if Professor Pig got out or whatever he calls himself.
This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna make a roll. Can you give me a dex check?
I certainly can.
If you're looking to beat a 17.
That's plus plus. Mm, and this is not an attempt at discretion. I am jumping out of a window, so that applies. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm reading everything.
You're good.
But unfortunately, that is a total of 15.
As you leap, you look like you're going to go pretty far towards the center, and then you find yourself getting pulled upwards as
Oh,
something wraps around your leg and yoinks you up past where the window is. For the rest of you in the room, you see Auspice like leap, and then just
I'm going to
as
attempt to cut it, but I don't think it will help me.
as you start trying to carve into it. This filament is seemingly made of a very similar material to the claws that you have.
Ooh, I don't like
As it
that.
pulls you all the way up, and you come face to face with an individual wearing a black mask with bat-like pointed ears at the top, completely white, colorless eyes that narrow a little bit. Um, the mouth is covered by this strange mesh that, as it lifts up, you see these lights light up as they begin to talk. With a voice that has been modulated, you hear, "I need an explanation as to why a member of the cavalcade's here."
I'm going to attempt to fight. Because no, you're not.
Give me an attack roll.
Yeah, this tracks. This fucking tracks. Um, mm, mm,
Jesus, their defense is so high. Oh my god. It makes sense, but
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that succeeds. That is a total of 15 again
it does
because
not.
I'm using claws. It just doesn't.
As you swing your claws and it hits the mask, it seems to shift. There's this where you see all of the texture of it sort of lift and raise and lower back down as the
Interesting.
claws move away. Can we have a polite conversation?
Can you release my leg?
Are we going to have a polite conversation if I do?
We might.
I need a confirmation. I could release your leg right now, but looks down. Don't know if you would enjoy that little fall.
Go right ahead. I'll live.
You see them push their thumb against the button for a moment as if they're thinking about pressing it.
Can I hear this?
You can hear this conversation now, yes.
Uh,
The rest of you can as well.
I'm gonna stick my head out and up. Hospice, I wouldn't try it.
What's the holdup?
They press the button and the cable doesn't release, it just rapidly starts to lower. So your leg is still caught. Now you're just essentially in a free fall.
Which I'm fine with.
Yep. And they stop you right at the window. Just upside down at the open window.
Instead of trying to cut it, I'm now trying to not release, but like unwrap my ankle because a cable's still a cable.
Yep.
Tension or not.
As you start to like pull at the tension, whoever this is leaps from their position, spreads their arms as you see these filament wings unfurl out of the base of the arm as they glide past you and into the window.
Show off.
As they hit the button and the cable begins to unwind around your leg, enough for you to release.
And yeah, I'm just gonna do my best to land, hopefully on my feet in the courtyard below.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to get back in that window. Yeah, y'all can deal with that.
And I say show off to this person like out loud. I say that.
They just look over to you for a moment. The white eyes narrow.
Okay. Question for you.
Yeah.
The cord was going down.
Yes.
Okay, so can I use it to just like slide down?
Yep.
Cool. Like so as the bat is coming up, I'm going down.
Just
Bye. Yeah.
turn their head to just
Hey.
watch that and look back over to you.
Cadence is gonna like lean down and look at you going downwards and just shake their head a little bit. Thanks for coming.
It seemed like you
Towards-
needed help.
It is a much worse situation than we anticipated.
You had information on Strange. At least
A
what
bit.
was sent.
A bit,
Do you-
but things have gotten complicated. The door there, I'm assuming that if Sobek isn't raging behind it, he is trying to find another way around. So, among
got
other
it.
things.
I'll figure out a plan for that. What about you three? Or four, I suppose. Looks back out. What are
Mhm.
your intentions to leave?
Well, one of them for sure wants to leave. I'm still committed to finding things out. We've run into the Riddler. We've Professor Pig. among others, here. So my goal is the same, but the trajectory in which we are moving now is towards Ivy.
And just so you know, the Nutty Professor's got cameras all over the place past where the plants are.
Yes. They are referring to Strange.
And Crane, I'm assuming.
Correct.
Strange isn't here. I managed to narrow down their current location. I can take care of Crane if you want to go after Strange. Or Ivy. Depends on what you want to do.
Well, the hope was Ivy would have answers.
Potentially.
Strange is, as you surmised, plotting something.
Mm.
There's way too many variables here.
It's like you're the
Is
same
that who's
person.
in charge?
Strange? Yes.
So, the crazy doctors, he said he wasn't in charge.
His boss. Her boss. Strange.
Oh, she.
Jet
Okay,
Crane
sorry.
is just a... not professor, but a criminal psychologist here. The one that would be in charge of her positioning would be who got her the job, which would be Strange.
Okay, yeah, she was saying she wasn't in charge, so she couldn't do everything that she wanted.
That makes sense.
Does it?
Somewhat.
Seems like they have quite a bit of. This whole place is a mess.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I told her.
None of you
Well,
are wrong on that front. It's more so the severity of the mess, I suppose. And just why it's the way that it is. That's concerning to me.
negligence.
Purposeful negligence, but negligence, correct. We found the warden.
Dead.
Yes, he was in a shipping crate not too far from the docks,
Hmm.
surrounded by several spirals of the same codus that the original founder of this place had made.
Right.
Presumably, he thought he was becoming that man, or was at the end.
Or was led to believe that.
Just because he thought it doesn't mean it was his own thought in the first place.
Maybe he was possessed.
Maybe. You see her reach into a this utility belt around her waist and removes a very sharp looking twin dagger that has a bat-like shape to it. And she presses a button at its center and it begins to let off this little like sonar style beep, and she throws it out the window and you see it soar out and begins to circle the entirety of the island. Strange isn't in this asylum.
Could a grenade get attached to one of those?
It could.
You.
No.
Not everything needs to be blown up.
But I have triangulated a potential position to where they are. If you want to go after Ivy, it would be helpful, but if you want to go specifically after the person in charge, she reaches her hand out and the batarang flies back into her palm. She checks it. The lighthouse. Gestures over to the lighthouse that overlooks the bay adjacent to the asylum.
Well, I appreciate it. The lighthouse is, and they like take a press into their mask, uh, and there's like a quick little flash. It's the same flash that shows up when they were recording the conversation earlier that they sent to Arabati. Um, the lighthouse is the destination. Then
Hey,
She
GM. May I
Yes,
make the attempt to disappear?
absolutely. I will make the attempt to notice that you're doing that. Let's see if you can hide from the vigilante.
Well, maybe.
Okay,
Could I set that door to blow up anything that goes through it?
you know what? Absolutely. Can you give me 2 intelligence checks?
Don't roll an 11.
That
I
is a
can try.
26
I'm just
total.
26 total? Alright,
Mhm.
let me see because they have ways of stuff that I have
They
to
have
see how these
ways.
work. They have ways.
What's she doing? Okay, so my dice fell in the crack of my table and it's like pointing straight up.
Mm,
Incredible.
That's incredible.
So I'm gonna try to roll again since I don't think that counts for anything.
No, please roll that again. It's okay. So what did you get for your stealth roll?
26 total.
Okay, they literally rolled just under at a 25.
Hell yeah.
Oh. Ooh, all
So
right,
you
all
do
right, all right.
manage to essentially
I feel
vanish.
like it was the timing, like, in the middle of that conversation, you did your sonar, it passed, and in that moment is when Cadence
Holy
not
lord.
Cadence, sorry, Auspice. I keep saying that because 'cause I'm looking at you.
So with the intelligence check that you've rolled, um, your version of rigging these grenades, I imagine, is you are like Christmas lights stringing up grenades on the door and like tying a line through the pins so that when the door, if it does open, it just pulls all of the pins at once.
That's
I imagine
perfect.
it has the same level too of like you humming a tune.
Yes.
Can I notice that?
What, the grenades? It's
Oh
hard to
yeah.
not. It's
Okay, good.
difficult to not notice. This is
Okay,
not
good.
trying to be hidden. This is
No,
just
no,
No.
okay, good.
grenades.
So Cadence just looks in Adeli's direction and seems to be staring for like 15 seconds, and then their attention just goes right back to Arabati. Like,
Who is
just
still staring at their grenades.
They're
mhm.
humming Rhythm Nation.
Yes.
That all right. The intel was almost completely correct on what they were like. Noted.
Yes. Um, they were also referring to Adeli. Uh, missing until recently, the jet train's fear toxin did affect the majority of us, them most of all.
Majority. Who wasn't affected?
The one who just dropped out the window.
Looks out and just notice the king. That makes sense.
We're just gonna casually start heading towards uh,
That
like the
it
greenhouse.
that does make sense. Their body chemistry is designed around there's a chemical compound that their body is partially made up of. It would disrupt the flow of a chemical that would go through it.
Huh.
As for gestures out towards where they thought that Osmus was, realizing they're not there. As for your other friend, they're a member of the cavalcade. Their body would be naturally resistant to most toxins, though not resistant enough to new ones, it would seem.
Hmm.
I suggest you two get out the window soon. I'm going to try to see if I can get Sobek to go through the door.
I
I am
I have
curious
a
as to why
why?
you are intent on provoking Sobek here, but all
I
right.
want to blow it up.
One moment, and you can see that like Cadence is like looking at you again and is just doing like the just counting.
Mhm.
You're about like, from my intel, and you can correct me looking at Arabati, you're like 30, 40 grenades off.
Oh, okay. Need more.
Way more.
But it might slow him down if he does come through the door.
Right, but we're not dealing with him currently. So like,
No, I'm
why
not
blow up
gonna.
the door?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. But if anybody else comes through there, they're getting blown up.
Yes.
Put a pin in that. All right.
There's about 6 pins in that currently, actually. Looking at the grenade still.
Yeah.
Do you want to come down, Adeli?
Yeah.
She gestures over to the wire still hanging down from the
Yeah,
ceiling.
she goes down after she's sure that the room will blow up if anybody else walks into it.
There's enough grenades in there that that room is going to collapse, so yeah.
Cadence is also taking this opportunity to kind of like stealth message Arabati the other information about Auspice and King that they know. Just gonna.
Yep.
Can't stand a snitch.
Listen. I'm the only vigilante here. I gotta do something. Like,
Cannot stand a snitch. That's
Technically
crazy.
speaking, Auspice as well is a vigilante. They're just a vigilante in the same way that like Electra is a vigilante.
Right.
The number of
Fair.
killers grows smaller if I kill a bunch of them at the same time.
Yeah. This is sound
I
logic.
mean, if you kill a one killer,
Mhm.
there's the same number of killers. But if I kill 20 killers,
Yeah, it's
there's
definitely
19 fewer.
yeah, it's gone down. The number do go down.
The number do go down. And I've always said that.
Yeah.
I've always said that.
Adabati follows behind on the wire, and as soon as they hit the ground from the courtyard, they press another button, and it unlatches from the gargoyle that had been attached to, and recoils back into a slot that they have on their gauntlet
Mhm.
as they pull and twist as the spikes jut out from the sides. So you all will handle Ivy.
If you would like us to, otherwise the lighthouse is what I was aiming for.
I can deal with Crane. If we meet back up at the lighthouse, so be it. If we don't, I'll handle Strange as well. At least one of
Alright.
these needs to be taken care of, though.
Then Ivy it is.
They look over to Auspice. Where actually are you going? As you've stealthed away.
I was heading in the general
You are very
direction of the
quiet.
lighthouse.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, am I back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're back.
I was headed in the general direction of the lighthouse, but before I commit to the final destination, Auspice has been working this gig for a while. The
Mhm.
cavalcade gives very vague directions for a good reason, but she's someone who's learned to figure it out as they go. Do they want Crane or do they want what Crane made?
They want what Crane made.
Okay.
Crane
So
is
on the one
inconsequential.
good. I think on the one hand, that is actually where he's headed, because you know, it's its goal is that get the
yeah.
thing. And
Yeah.
now with Arabati here, that time limit has just shrunk.
Mm.
So if I can't get to Crane proper, I need to figure out where Crane keeps their notes on the toxin or maybe vials of it for administering.
Still unnoticing that you have vanished, they're going to presume that you've gone a different direction. I'll go after Crane. The rest of you handle Ivy, I suppose. They turn and fire the line back up to the window, and you see them shoot towards that direction.
Now, when you say handle, when they say handle ivy, what do they mean? What do they mean?
You asking me? I thought you were leaving.
And then you made the astute. I could leave. Is the thing. I could right now,
Mm-hmm.
but you keep talking about doing this together. So either you want me to be here, or you don't.
Listen, you never said you were joining us. You said I want to go, and I said you could. Not
I
a
did
good
say
idea.
that I want to go.
Okay, so you're staying.
I don't know.
I love King. They're so great.
I'll put it this way: you are welcome to come along, and they are saying this like not sarcastically. You're
Mhm.
welcome to come along. I'm just accommodating your reasoning because I don't know you that well. You don't seem like anyone really would want dead. So why would I want you willingly to go to death? Like.
Yeah.
So if you
I think
want to come
someone.
along, we're going for Ivy.
I think Adal wants me dead, but
I
he's
mean,
Adal. He's Adal in prison, so.
All right, I'll grant you that. So if you want to come along, we're going for Ivy.
Okay. Then again, when you say going to handle Ivy, do you mean we're just going to talk to them, or are we going to fight?
Yes, probably the second. Because if we've learned anything, we have come here for conversation and we end up in combat.
But I like Ivy. They're one of the ones that I was like, no, I kind of get it.
Mm. I get Ivy's reasoning to a degree, but non-confrontation is the expectation for now.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's go.
And Helia, the time we're having that conversation, were you just walking to the greenhouse?
Feels like
Yep.
Yeah.
Yup.
feels very Adele.
Like halfway up the steps.
Feels very Adele. Okay.
The doors to the greenhouse, by the way, are off their hinges and hanging in the air from two massive vines that are still moving, like tendrils just holding the doors. But the entrance is open.
Okay. So I don't have to like knock. Can I still knock on just to be
You could
polite?
you could knock on the vine. Like the doors are
Yes.
in the air, but yeah, you can knock on the vine.
Yeah, I'm just being polite. I don't walk in a door without knocking.
The vine kind of shivers a little bit, retracts as if it's like, oh, I'm being touched. Okay, and then it moves back into place.
Yeah, hello.
There's no response from inside, but the vines do open a little bit as if like, yeah, come in.
Mhm. Okay, I'm a deli. Pretty sure there's people coming behind me. I don't know. They're still talking about it.
They open a little wider.
Yeah, thanks for knocking that um nutty professor's cameras out.
There's an acknowledged like lowering of the vine and back up.
All I'm saying, we could just go. I'm here because I don't want to die.
That's actually a good thing to note. Why are you here?
Why do you think I'm here?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
You-
I try not to make assumptions with you.
Art. That's what I
You're
mean.
here to tag the place?
Yeah.
Huh. All right. They like just okay. Like
Yeah. The structure would have been perfect for one of my pieces.
There is actually still a visible piece that you have made on the clock tower.
Right. Like I started and then when I was moving,
Mm.
Sobek was like, "Oh, you smell wrong.
Well,
Smell like meat, but wrong."
that's legitimately kind of a rude thing to. All right, well.
Thank you.
I will say, if this is happening as you are entering into the greenhouse, you finally hear another voice follow suit from this. Just Bomba Clat. Is that king?
Cadence like
Is-
looks over with it, like
is that-
you can't see their eyebrows, but one is absolutely raised.
Whomst is that? Is that Ivy?
That's Ivy.
Is Ivy Jamaican?
Ivy's Jamaican.
You didn't see
love
that
this.
coming. Come
I
on.
did. Hey yo, Ivy.
You know that then.
I
As
was
you see one of these, like a large, it looks like a Venus flytrap opens up, and you see laying down in it a man with long red dreadlocks,
Oh, that's hot. Okay, I'm sorry.
um,
No, we're fine. We're fine.
ginger-haired goatee, wearing what looks like a torn off military guard's like vest over a multiple like just tattoos covering most of the body in an assortment of like plants and vines, a rose at the center, and with a tree of life coming up to the middle, and then military style cargo pants. As you see their head like loll to the side, as their eyes open, you see these brilliant emerald green eyes look over. You brought friends then too, yeah?
Just a few. Just a few of them, but
I'm presuming this
What?
not a social call.
no. No, it's not a social call. I'm here. Well, I was here to attack the place. However, things have changed.
For the better or for the worse then?
Well,
Looks over and notices Cadence. Who that then?
he's from out of town. He's
Sit there, boy.
yeah, down there, city boy.
What you doing hanging around with them there?
Sobek's running around, and better safety in numbers here.
The crocodile does what they wants, though.
Yes, crocodile does what they want. There's the fear man. There's the questioner. There's a doll who doesn't like being called a doll.
Your comment of the fear man, they visibly like sit and spit on the ground, and as it lands, you see a dandelion start to grow out of the ground from that.
That's how I feel. I don't much care for them. Mostly because it made that one, just pointing at it daily, go crazy. Just was throwing things, just throwing grenades.
They've also been having their fun at my expense. They lift their arm, and you see a series of it looks like track marks. They were using me to experiment for their toxin.
So, apologies for the interruption. So, some of what your they were trying it on you, or they were pulling stuff from you.
But
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I
Like-
don't normally answer questions to pigs. What's your name?
Pig? I
Nah.
see. Okay. You can call me Cadence.
You're wearing a vigilante garb. Same garb as the people that put me in here, so tell me.
No, I put it together rather quickly. I don't have a badge, but I get it.
And that one looks over to Adeli.
Not at all a pig.
Yeah,
more
no.
more bird like.
You with the penguins crew.
Got it in one.
Nah, they sent me here to do a job, and I'm a little upset with her right now.
Join the club. We have jackets. They
And
reach
I
over into one of the plants, and you see them like pluck something from it. And as they just roll their finger against what they've plucked, they place it into their mouth, and you see already from their body comes this strange, like a pollen-like smoke. So what
Is
do you
that the
want done for
jacket?
me? He smiles like a little half smile. That one's cute.
they
Uh,
they like they like grenades and explosions.
Oh, good.
Yes.
We'll get along just fine.
I like the jacket. It's nice.
You
Thanks.
smell you smell like me, Ivy.
Same chemicals, same compound.
Yeah. Could you make that for could you make that for the rest of them?
That good.
Consider it a personal favor to me.
They stand and they begin to walk down, and as they move, steps are formed from plants and vines curling up to create these stairways. As they walk down, you note that as their feet hit the ground, they leave a footprint trail of moss that grows, similar to the trail that had led out. Um, kind of just
are they
head over to the
barefoot?
group. They are barefoot.
Okay, yeah. Just want to be sure.
You note that the clothes they wear tends to either be very breathy to expose their like skin from their vest, or the bagginess of the cargo pants they wear. They don't seem to enjoy having to have things on.
Yeah.
They do encircle you all though. What does a favor do for me, King?
I
No offense, but even as you are changed, you do still have human attachments and emotions.
yes, but I also have access.
Do
Ivy.
what? Do what?
Lots of things. And well, for one, the outside world.
They continue to walk around. They
I could
place the plant back into their mouth.
there's lots outside. Things that you want done.
Did you know that Strange took away my favorite flower?
I did not.
They took it away, and they started to destroy the plants in my greenhouse, one by one, until I did what they instructed me to do. Did you know that I found out that I can feel the pain of every plant they destroy as long as I've had contact with it? He stops directly in front of you.
Didn't know that. No.
The only thing that I want is I want to drown Strange in whatever largest body of water there is.
Like you want to do it personally.
I would love to do it personally.
But if it happens,
I'd be disappointed, but if it happens, I'm fine with it.
all right. Well, as it turns out, we were on our way to go and handle that.
I thought you were
Well,
leaving. He smiles visibly. I
oh,
thought you were leaving.
oh. Cadence like stops and like turns his head away to be like,
Gestures to the plants.
I said I don't know. If
Do
you
y'all
were paying
know?
attention, I don't.
Do y'all know now?
Well, I did say I'll do you a favor, didn't I?
You did say you'd do me a favor. I also know that sometimes that favor may come today, it may come tomorrow, it may come whenever I have contact with you again.
Which is
Bomba clat,
why
I want like this done now.
that's why I'm saying we're gonna go do it now. Why is everyone arguing with me now? I'm just
So,
trying to. I'm helping.
Ivy, what's your favorite plant?
There's a rose, a white rose that was taken from me.
I'll see if I can get you some more.
There's that one specifically that Strange may have.
Well,
Dude,
I
that's for
can.
me, and we are square.
That's not like a euphemism. Like it's an actual white rose.
It's a white
No,
rose.
I figured.
I wanted to be sure.
King, I only use euphemisms if I'm trying to get something out of somebody. He steps closer to King.
Hey, we've talked about this.
Yes.
You're too close. You're already my kryptonite. I don't need it.
Smiles, takes a little step back.
I'm trying to do something right now.
Like, not enough of a step back to be like, I'm still in your bubble, but just enough that it's like, all right.
Yeah, okay. I got it. So, you want the white rose back?
Yes.
Great.
Bonus if you manage to break Crane in half. Not Crane, Strange in half. Looks over to Adeli and reaches out and just like gently boops her nose. As it does, there's a little bit of pollen that's left behind, which retains that same scent that you recognize, King, as the essentially the antidote to the fear toxin.
Great.
Looks over to Cadence, does like, and as they blow, more of that pollen falls onto you, Cadence. Now, anything else?
Can you bottle a little bit of that up? There's one more lurking about that I just want to make sure in case we
Of
wander
course I
into
can.
them again.
Of course I can. They reach over and they pluck a one of the flowers from the side. They like curl it around their finger until it's in this little wrapped up like bundle, and then hold it out to you.
And I'll take it. I'm avoiding the fingers because we're not
Yep.
fucking playing that game.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. Okay, just go take that, put it in a bag for later. Put it in one of my pouches.
If
You know
there's
your
nothing,
boys got.
if there's nothing else, you got that job to do.
I do. We do. Since we're doing this together.
Oh,
Okay.
look. King is actually willing to work with somebody for once.
Ugh. Just from behind the mask. It's just ugh.
They give like a little wave and then begin to walk back to the fly trap, which they grab a hold of and start to close around themselves again.
Just did like the fucking one arm pull up into it because he's a fucking show off.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
With this being said,
Mhm.
because we're going to cut to the next person, because I have to go and do a thing real quick. Hello, child. To do a
That's
thing real
fine.
quick. We're going to take a quick break so that I can get my wife to work and everyone can get refreshments and the like.
Hell yeah.
We will be back soon, TM. Howdy, everybody. We are back. Reopen the page as we go and shift from the greenhouse back into the manor as who I'm just going to say is as Batman walks her way through the halls, she kind of pauses for a moment and you see her like look down at her gear before just closing her eyes. So why are you coming with me? looks around trying to find where Auspice is.
Auspice is not trying to go with. Auspice is trying to get ahead
Mm-hmm.
without being noticed.
And they're gonna give me another stealth check.
Internally, Auspice's monologue is shit, 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 shit. How did I find the one route you were on?
You're looking to beat a 24.
Oh goodness, I did it again. It's a 25.
Wow.
Fair enough. They don't seem to be able to track you. They seem to know that you're there, but not exactly where you are. They're going to keep walking forward again.
Going to try and find.
It's quiet again.
Why does it keep doing that? It's so annoying. Like I hadn't moved it, so am I still quiet?
Oh, you're good now.
Okay. Just a whole, yeah. She's trying to find a way around, like a shortcut, so to speak, via mix of consulting mental map of place and what we've learned about the damage to the place thus far. Or is this the quickest, shortest route?
It seems to be the quickest, shortest route, unfortunately.
Mhm.
A lot of the other areas have been kind of closed and sealed off, it seems.
Okay. This is gonna suck.
Like, you're clearly hidden around in the walls and such, but there's no other pathway, it seems.
Yeah.
Kind of recognizing that you're still there, they're just going to keep walking. Jet crane is dangerous. Their research may be invaluable, but what they're trying to do with it is a threat. I can't have any of that leaking into Gotham.
No verbal response.
Despite whatever your intentions may be, if you are to help me with facing off against Crane, that at least shows that you and your organization may have some good in mind for my city.
And this is a complicated thing because Auspice has been already having doubts. So it's like, I can't guarantee or in good faith even think that they're going to use it for good. For all I know, they're going to find a way to distill it and slip it into people's drinks to send them into a fear-induced rage in the middle of a big get-together or something.
Mhm.
But if I can get to that stuff first, I can decide what I want to do with it then.
They come to a stop in front of uh, a a metal door that has noted seals. Presume that this is probably where their office is. One moment. And they undo another bit from their utility belt and begin to put a device together. They take a vial and stick it to the top of the device, kind of shake it a little bit, and then you see them spray a bat symbol on the front of the door. And they take a few steps back from the door.
In the panel, Auspice's like little train of thought is, okay, I that's fair. You have
They
a
hit,
theme.
they hit a button and the spray explodes. The door goes flying off of its hinges.
It's
When
so
you say seal, did you mean like airtight seal or just closed?
Airtight, like an airtight seal.
Okay. Does Auspice note any, with it exploding, inward, does
Mhm.
any of what's inside seem to have a sort of haze to it?
There is this yellowish haze that seems to emanate out, which you
Mm.
see the figure take a few steps away from it as it starts to come out, and they begin to adjust stuff on their mask. They seem to have been practicing most of their toxin in there. I don't know how good my own antitoxins are to this, but I suppose we'll find out. Unless you want us to wait here for your friends to come back from Ivy. They don't bother looking around to find you when they say this.
Auspice has no desire to wait, but I, I know that they'd have like some, there's lots of layers of fabric they can layer in on it, but it's like it's not even a gas mask level of seal, so like
Yeah.
this is not a great situation.
This room is also like the area that you're in. If you were able to see it visibly, this place is seeped in that toxin.
Yeah. It's not a great situation.
You see them like lift their hand and hit a button on their gauntlet as a screen, like a holographic screen, begins to pop up. On the screen, you see Cadence, sort of like a projection of them, and they hit a button. And Cadence, you hear, "We found Crane's office." You're muted.
Thank you. I was
Yeah.
like, let me do that, and then I immediately forgot what I was doing. They get a text to speech response because Cadence is smart, and if they say out loud something, people around them are gonna be like, "Who are you talking
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to?" They get a text to speak response that sounds that just says, "Leaving Ivy's situation handled for now."
You have an antidote to the toxin?
Affirmative.
All right, we'll be waiting, I suppose. They
Uh,
swipe on the device, and they kind of give another look around as if they can try to find wherever Auspice is. Figure, all right, they're not going to come out if I try that, and they're going to just sit on the ground. I'll ask you
If
politely at this point. Why is a member of the cavalcade here?
Why are you here?
There's a potential threat to my city, to the people within it.
Your
Uh,
city.
yes,
What makes it yours?
I live here.
Yours in the sense of your home, then,
Yes,
not literal ownership.
yes.
Hmm. What will you do with what you learn from Dr. Crane's work?
Synthesize cures for those infected by it. Find ways to counteract it if new versions of it are created. Find potential uses for it outside of the fear-based toxins. There's curative properties in almost any venom of any kind. a toxin may have a very similar effect. And utilize a baser form of it for my own attacks against the criminal elements here in the city. Synthesizing a lesser version of this should allow me to make less permanent hallucinatory effects.
Hmm. See, you almost sounded altruistic there.
You're worrying about that last part.
You're a strange individual. Your motives are ultimately unknown. You
I want to
claim,
help people in my city. That's all.
yes, you claim this. Many claim this.
Is it so hard to believe that it might be correct?
It hasn't been thus far.
Other people you surround yourself with, I presume.
You misunderstand. Those who truly wish to create change tend to disappear in this town.
I don't misunderstand that. I know that better than most people.
You have a handy knowledge of venoms, toxins, the workings of the body. I'm
My
not going to ask who trained you. That would be pointless.
It's useful in my line of work.
Hmm. And I don't imagine Auspice knows exactly the makeup of what alloy is, their claw gauntlets, their armor, and all that.
No, you wouldn't have like a running knowledge of it. It is an
No.
older styled metal, but
Yeah. But it's not a case of, oh yeah, I have a metallurgical knowledge because this is proprietary.
yeah, it's not Marvel's. Oh yeah, it's vibranium. It's a metal that the
Yeah.
people that found this made for me.
Yeah.
Ah, so,
It's just interesting that they have a similar kind of,
Mhm.
rather more interesting that it was able to be put into a cable
Mhm.
and not armor or a blade or something.
To note, the armor that they wear, it's not the same as members of the cavalcade, but there's some similarities to it.
Okay.
The style of armor is very similar to um like Harpy Eagle styled armors,
Interesting.
but it's redesigned in a way that's much more the bat theme, but also it's streamlined.
And ultimately more, it's modern. I,
Yes.
my understanding of the cavalcade is, uh, our way works, we're not changing it.
Yes.
What threat does Strange pose to your vision of the city?
There's almost like a shakiness to that as they see their shoulders roll back. I was investigating a bit of background into Strange's prior experiences. Not a lot was coming up under that name, but several identical names propped up throughout the decades, with a lot of things denoting mass hypnosis of various types and creeds. The part of this that most startles me is someone of this level of intellect who, from their own words, sees a vision of a perfect world as a world where morality does not come into play in terms of progress.
Now, that is a strange way to think.
That and Strange seems to already have a vast network of knowledge on the identities of many people, including things that they would rather have hidden.
So they figured you out.
Easily, which is startling.
Don't feel bad. That seems to be their major talent.
My other aspect of this that worries me is that Strange has a backing of some kind, but we don't know what that backing is. Financially, Strange has been well off for decades, so
Each of these alternate strangers or this specific one?
I only know of the one, which is more startling. But whoever's financing them has been doing so for a while. You're not the only one that's suspicious of people with heretofore altruistic thought processes.
When was Strange ever altruistic?
A good point. Though when they were appointed initially to be running parts of the asylum, one of the reasons why they were appointed as such was because they were known as a genius when it came to the rehabilitation of criminals. Easy to see how one can be pulled into a position if you're known to be good at what you're doing.
Hmm. Now, GM,
Mhm.
would there be anything to lead Auspice to believe that that backing might be from within the cavalcade or a separate party?
You fully know the Cavalcade has not backed Strange because they have tried,
Okay.
and
Right,
Strange
okay.
declined their request. Also revealed who a few of the members of Cavalcade's higher ranks. So that was a
Yes.
very like, no. So no, it is definitely a different organization.
How then do you plan to deal with Strange? The way you've dealt with your other rogues thus far?
Well, locking them into this asylum isn't going to work.
Locking in into other prisons didn't work. They were transferred here.
For Strange and a couple of the other members of I guess you called it the Rogues Gallery, I'm going to be having a deal put in place with a couple people from Metropolis. We're having a new
Metropolis.
we're having a new prison system made, one that will be situated further from the main cities for much more dangerous criminal elements.
And who will run that?
There's a noted pause. Are you familiar with somebody named Abraham Waller?
Is
Yes.
Auspice?
For your information, Abraham Waller, a noted member of the United States Defense Force, regarded as an iron-fisted tyrant of an individual who views the concept of prison systems as work release programs, if you could call it that.
Yeah.
Work release as in I'm willing to let you go out and do missions for the US government, and if you die, fuck it, you're a criminal. Who cares?
Suicide Squad game one.
You're literally giving the Americans free labor.
It's not like we don't have people keeping an eye on Waller.
Yes.
If
And
Waller
because
wants
that eye is doing so much.
if Waller wants to piss off somebody like Superman, that's on Waller. Besides that, the only other option that was given to me was by Odysseus, a noted meta human to your understanding. Odysseus, part of an island of time-adjacent metahumans, per se.
Hmm. Let me guess. The alternative was murder.
Yes.
It is a solution.
Not one that I care to partake in.
Why?
If people can be healed and fixed, I'd rather try that.
But if they can't, why not?
I don't believe that that's the case for everybody.
Well, not everybody, but you've seen here.
If people cannot be fixed, then the least that we can do is prevent them from harming others, but not inflicting harm upon them.
Define harm.
If they're
Is
unable to be...
imprisonment not a form of harm?
You could word it that way, I suppose. Here's my question. Where would it stop? Looking around again to see if they can find you. Your thought process. You're right.
It doesn't.
Killing a criminal would prevent that from ever happening again. But say we only do it for criminals that have no chance of rehabilitation.
Yes, it becomes very easy to label those who are unrehabilitable, or however that word is. No, see, it doesn't stop, and that's where the problem is.
Exactly.
But doing nothing is worse.
Which is why I'm not doing it. Nothing. I'm at least trying to stop part of a problem, work out the rest of the solution as we come through them.
Hmm.
A never-ending equation is only never-ending because people don't choose to start at the equation.
No, it's never ending because the variables constantly change. You see, a lifespan only lasts so long.
I intend to make the most of mine. What about you?
I'm here. For now.
And that's all that you have, isn't it?
Is it?
You're a member of the cavalcade, but your armor isn't of most of the ones that I've encountered. The way you talk is measured, your tone's distinguished, but not overt or overly recognizable. Strikes me as somebody that is used to going into parties or other environments wherein they can become the person that somebody of higher standing can latch onto, but won't be remembered if they vanish. Am I right?
And you don't understand how Strange got to where they are in life.
I fully understand how Strange got to where they are. That's just why it scares me. Around this time, the trio is making their way through the halls. I'd say probably at this point you can see uh, the Batman like seated on the ground, just talking to the air. You are muted.
I did it again. Can I do some sort of stealth roll? I think Cadence wants to grab some of the pollen that's on them to in like a little jar or something to that.
Sure, if you want to do a stealth roll for it.
You know I do.
I got it here. What are you doing about?
Yeah, they have the
I
the
already
flyer.
got me some, fam. You're
I
welcome.
I know, but I don't want you seeing what I'm doing.
Oh wow, that's crazy. You know what? And now,
Dang.
just for that, I'm gonna roll a perception.
Do it.
I'm not gonna get it, but I'm gonna roll a perception.
I think
I don't
I
see.
also would like to roll perception, just in the sense of, are they getting closer?
I
Yeah.
I don't
don't.
think I can see them.
I don't see shit, but I am also gonna stealth. Listen, we're just gonna be some stealthy motherfuckers. Only one that's gonna be visible is as you
Yeah, I
know,
was
a
scared. I got a
deli.
20. I got a 23 though. So
Oh no, you got it, fam.
okay, cool.
No, it's
Got
fine.
it.
You definitely beat me out. That was a
Love.
very low roll.
I'm just gonna go
Oh yeah,
ahead and say I got a little vial now.
nice. Let's say, but um, also just sort of appearing when we get to the spot with the bats. Uh, just out of stealth this black figure with a full mask.
Hey, quick question.
Yeah.
Can I apply my good listener to see if I can't have figured out a secret from this bat?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Let's go.
Are you trying to determine who the bat might be?
I kind of am, because that was an interesting start approach of, hey, medicinal. I can synthesize so many things.
I would say that for this, you are able to pick up like how they've been talking, and a little bit more of like they seem to let their guard down a little. Um, yeah, you've been. They have a similar cadence to a party you were at. God, whose party was it? Who was the speaker? Wayne? Otter Betty Wayne? Is this Otter Betty Wayne?
You know what? You know what? Hang on. I think as that realization occurs, I'm going to come out of hiding. And if I've been in a wall, I guess I'm coming out of a vent or something.
Yeah, you kind of just seem to appear out of the shadows. What was your stealth roll for the pollen?
I
Oh,
think
it's 23.
23.
23?
Mhm.
King, did you have a good perception to check?
No,
No,
I got that one. No,
yeah,
I
no.
got one.
You do manage to sneak some of the pollen into a little vial, but yeah, as you come out of the wall, the rest of the group also gathers, and uh, the Batman kind of rises up, switches a little bit more of the dial on their voice modulator. How'd your talks with Ivy go?
King,
Motherfucker.
Before you
convers-
answer, sorry.
Mhm.
In the moment that the dial is modulated and then, the bat talks,
Mhm.
that's when there's like a little, thought square of, you did perfect.
Mm.
Go ahead.
The conversation went well.
I'm going to presume you have an antidote then.
Yes. Just sort of
Looks at the flower. Yeah, that's about right. Looks over to where they can finally see you. That's all yours.
uh
Auspice.
yeah,
Is it back?
there
Yep.
you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it just kind of goes away. It just kind
I
of goes.
feel like there's something electronically shorting, and that upsets me.
That's fair. All right, so you were asking the question.
Yes. The question being, you're going to risk it. See if your own resistances are enough.
I am going to risk it, yes.
Good to
It
know.
seems foolish.
Seems an interesting question when the alternative is you get the resistance.
Oh, I'm going to take it. I just no attempt to split it, no attempt to do some fancy gadgetry.
Being blunt, I would rather have the person that would be well trained to kill people fully in their mental faculties.
Cadence grimaces a little bit at that, but says nothing otherwise.
And you are saying you are not.
I never said that.
So then shouldn't you also have?
I will say it. Do you not know about the Arabati? They don't. The thing is that they don't kill people. Like you will not walk away, but you will be breathing. It's kind of the thing.
Yes, but if you're not in
Okay.
your right faculties,
Right, then that would not right.
How are
That
you going to not?
right, especially
I
if they
don't
know
have
how.
such a compunction. You
You see them like adjust their mask again for a moment. My hope is that the studies I've done on the toxin will at least lower its effects on me enough that I'll still retain enough of my moral sense to not kill if
Right,
it happens.
right. So we stay away from you. Okay,
Yes.
that's fine. Uh,
Listen, Auspice, if you would like me to take the antidote and give it to Arabati, I am
Auspice is
happy to do
already
that.
reaching the king, like just.
right.
That is what I thought.
There you go.
So how does this work?
You need to put it on your skin.
Hmm.
Do you have places where you can put it? I know you are. You.
How much pollen is in this little pouch?
It enough that if you were allergic to it, it would probably cause a reaction for the next 2 days.
Okay. Auspice at the very least is going to yes, maybe not all of it, but I'm going to reach under my various mask accoutrements and kind of put it where ow,
You know,
where
if you
air gets
want,
in.
you could, because of how your mask is situated, you could place it into the beak like a plague doctor mask was.
Yeah. I think that's more just rub it in that area, just kind of on face, on,
Yeah.
chin.
Yeah.
But I do think they leave just enough where it's like, if nothing else, it might be of use.
Wow, fully cut out.
Come on. If nothing else, it may be of use to you later. Offering like the dregs of pollen.
They'll gladly take it. You see them place it onto one of their gauntlets, and you see a part of the metal again shift and open up and catch it and pull it back into the gauntlet as you see a screen pop up and seems to be analyzing the material. Works for me. I'll go in first, so that way, if it does affect me, I'm already inside and not near all of you. Follow in after at about 45 seconds after I enter in. And they turn and head through the door.
Did you all have a nice chat?
So you're trying to kill people, yeah?
You sound surprised.
That was not a surprise. I was
Nope,
confirming.
I'm going to go with King on that one. Didn't sound surprised at all, just
Not
matter of
surprised.
fact.
Yes. Yeah, no one wears that mask and is just around doing normal day-to-day things. Like you're not taking that mask to the grocery store.
No. But I might take it to steal valuable secrets.
Not with those claws.
These are just for protection.
Anyway, so Ivy wants two things. They want the white flower back, the white rose, and they want God, I still I speak like him sometimes. It gets stuck in there and it just anyway. They want Strange Dead.
Hmm.
So do with that what you will. Drowned specifically.
That sounds personal.
Yeah. They are connected to plant. And apparently they feel
Oh, that is cruel. No wonder he hates every human.
yes. And I'm here now. I'm officially on board so we can do this and then I can go. So people can stop asking me, oh, I thought you were going. I thought you were leaving.
I wasn't going to ask.
That wasn't actually at you.
Cadence does not acknowledge that statement.
Of course,
And it's
he
funny
doesn't.
because, like, literally, Osmus looked to Cadence like, okay?
Cadence is walking forward to go. They've been counting in their head, and it's been about 45 seconds, so they're moving.
Ivy did not get to me. Ivy did not get to me. I am not owned, I say, turning into a pile of ash.
All right. Now, Adeli, before you were trying to throw grenades here and there, now I think you can actually do it.
Adeli,
Within reason.
you have 4 grenades left.
So use them sparingly.
To note, one of the 4 grenades, I will say, because you've been reaching into your pocket and throwing them out randomly, I'm going to tell you, one of these grenades is a specially designed grenade that you have. It has a much larger blast radius.
Is it one of my inventions?
Yeah. So, just letting you know, you have what is essentially a frag grenade that has the explosive power of like a crate of dynamite.
Ah,
Well, I only have 4 grenades left, so I need to conserve them. Sorry.
Oh, don't apologize on my behalf. I am fine with you not blowing things up. It makes my job a little bit easier. But now that I know that is your thing, they make a show of like touching the back of their ear and dragging their finger down, almost as if they're turning a dial lower.
if nothing else, if you still have some left when we get to the lighthouse, maybe we can knock it into the sea.
We could. I could also try to rig something else up. I just need some ingredients.
I'll keep an eye out. Just knock over the lighthouse. Watch this man have a panic attack as his whole tower falls.
Crane,
Sauron all over again.
Crane just losing it.
Ah! Ah! Walking like a pigeon. All right.
But yeah. Entering into the
Entering
definitely
into
looking like mustard gas.
entering into the room filled with the sphere toxin, which is thankfully not affecting you all due to the antidote. You hear a buzz sound above the head as if like a static of a speaker is turning on. It's not right. No, this isn't possible. You are entering it. God damn it.
Mustard!
Hell yeah.
They said it. I couldn't help myself. I'm so sorry.
God damn it. You are, as you're entering into the room, you again hear this static sound. There's enough fear gas in there to take out 20 men. How is this happening?
Cadence does not enter like they're fine.
Oh, you're...
Cadence does not enter like they're having a nice normal time.
And I would like to. Sorry,
Go ahead.
good.
No, go ahead.
You were still explaining. I'm so sorry.
I was gonna say they're kind of like leaning up against a wall and like crouching low. They're still moving forward, but they look like they're going through it. And I can roll something if you need me to. But
Yes, could you make me a... Give me a willpower roll. That seems like it would work for this.
is it 18 total?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. It works enough that it seems to be that you are affected.
Adeli is making no effort to appear affected by this. Adeli looks mad.
God, I
Fair
love
enough.
Adeli so much.
Auspice
Fair
is not pretending.
Okay. I would love if I could just like not be seen. We're so small, we're so tiny, so tiny that
Give me
it
a
doesn't
dex
even
check.
notice me. Hell yeah. Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. We with advantage, baby. With an edge. I mean, sorry. Let's say that.
Oh,
Cool
I
beans.
forgot that's how those work.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. All right. Cool. Do. Let's play stealth per level. Yeah, so 22 plus 6 is 28. Plus Miss Gloozy. 31.
Yeah, definitely you're able to shrink yourself down to be so tiny, so
He's so
small.
small.
So small.
He's just a little guy.
Just a little guy. Not a big guy, just a little guy. As you shrink yourself down and seemingly vanish into the shadows, you again hear this irritated, "Oh, no, that's not right. How is this happening?"
Didn't I talk to you about this already?
Fine. Things won't go that way, then perhaps direct dosage is required.
Do you have any this is like you've done this before. This is amateur stuff. Do you have any other tricks other than ooh, toxin?
The lights, except for a few of the dim ones around you all shut off. And you see sparks come from one of the walls as you see long, what look like nails dragging against the wall, let off these sparks.
Okay, so it's gonna are you is this trying to impress me?
Can you make me a dexterity check as
Yeah,
whatever
I'm
this is
sorry.
lunges directly at you?
I'm having bad luck with dice, and my character is still making
Bad
this
luck with
guy
dice.
mad.
I'm gonna mouth off.
Working. Am I back?
Is it an 11?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it an 11
Uh,
again? Did you roll an 11 again?
No,
Can I
it doesn't
Okay.
make
work.
can I
Hmm?
make an attempt to like intercede here?
What did you roll?
A 4. And I don't
Okay.
have my sheet, so I can't tell you what I don't think I have any decks anyway.
All right. I'm gonna give you a chance to intercede. If you do intercede, it's the attack will go through the defense because you're essentially trying to block whatever the strike is.
Yes?
Okay. Go ahead and make me a dex check.
Okay. Okay. And this is an attack roll I'm making?
This is technically an attack roll you're making, yes.
Okay. Just making sure because I need to know if I'm applying other deck stuff to it, but I'm not.
Yes.
So that is and I'm making use of my favorite weapons, so that is a total of 26.
Yes. So as you as you say this, these claws like come towards you. Auspice, you intercept the strike, kind of block, and you see that as the strikes comes in, these aren't claws, they're needles for
Mm.
injection. You can see four vials full of this roiling orange liquid, and in the impact that lets off these sparks, you see a scarecrow-like mask that is stitched onto the face of the individual.
Can I make an attempt to frickin' judo launch this person onto the ground?
Sure, give me an attack roll.
Unfortunate. Oh, wait, that is something I haven't. Quick question.
Yeah.
Sorry, double checking something here. Da, 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 da. Okay. Since I have Way of the Melee favored weapon, that makes me use dexterity instead of strength.
Yes.
Dex is something I have an edge in.
Yes.
Does that apply to attack rolls in this case?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, that wasn't any better. That's fine. That was a total of 12. I don't think that's enough.
It does not. You do attempt to do the flip, however, they seem to be a little bit either stronger or wilier than you thought. As you throw them up over the air, their body twists and lands
you.
back on their feet, still facing you.
I'm a striker, not a submissions person. This is a scary place to be.
Do we see this person now?
You do.
Cool. I would like to shoot him in the head.
Wait, what? What we shoot with?
Oh, yeah. So can I roll? Can I roll the hit? Can I roll the hit first, and then I'll describe it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So exciting.
I would like to shoot him in the head.
Yeah,
I'm
perfect.
so excited.
Okay, fantastic.
I too am inspired by Tyler Perry flicks.
You can see the head. Shoot him in the head.
Shoot him in the head.
All right. Nice. Hell yeah, brother. All right. So I have the way of the target. Since this is a ranged attack, I obtained a critical success for a result of 18, 19, or 20. I got an 18 on the die.
Well then.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Go ahead and roll that damage.
Okay. So what you see is like from the shadows and the smoke from this haze of fear toxin, like right beside. No, actually, no. We'll do it from across the way. King just has a finger up, and then from the tips of the finger, there's this very like. It's polychromatic. So it's just like every color of the rainbow in this globular of paint and ink. And it just goes and goes splatter. Right.
Okay. I'm gonna make you do me a different kind of roll for this. So, Auspice, you note that on the scarecrow style mask, there is what looks like a respirator around the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
King, I want you to roll me a D100.
Hell yeah, brother.
Anything below a 50 is good for you.
Okay. I gotta find the D10s. Hold on. Got a lot. Okay, there's one. I got one more. Can I get one more? All right. Got it. Okay, this is the 10s place. Okay. It's 12.
You
Nice.
bang. And as the shot hits, it smacks the respirator, which peels off, and you see Auspice, you see their eyes go wide, and they immediately like start holding their breath, and you see like their hands that were trying to grab onto you starts to scrabble over towards their mouth and to try to grab the respirator.
To make this person's life worse, I would love for the sound of silence to hit them square in the wrist and break it.
Ooh.
Roll me an attack roll.
Yes.
You got it, fam.
And Adeli, what would you also like to do for this?
Ooh, that's a nat 20. Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Oh, he's fucked. Oh, he's absolutely fucked.
That's
She's
a
actually
nat 20 for a 25 total.
So, okay, I've come up with this intervention. Hope it's okay.
Yeah.
I want to take a red balloon out of my pocket. It's got some kind of explosive in it. I'm going to blow it up as this is going on and tie it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to kind of, so he can see it, and I'm going to pop it, and I want it to like kind of blow up on him.
Yeah. Me just roll me a D20.
I'm sorry, I just had that idea.
This poor person.
The
Listen,
force of the
Scarecrow
exploding
started
balloon.
this shit. He
He
could have
did.
just left us alone, let Adeli do the sass and let us move, but the ego
Okay.
had to get in the way. So
Okay, I got a 17 on my dice. I don't know what I can add to
All
Oh,
that.
right, so
Pow, blow it.
what happens is as they try to scrabble to grab a hold of their like respirator to cover their mouth, the sound of silence smacks their wrist and there's an audible popping sound. Their mouth like about opens to react before they realize like fear toxin, don't breathe it in. Just for them to look up as this balloon comes into focus and explodes. Auspice, you let go as they go flying back and smack into what seems to be a glass wall and just slowly slump to the ground.
uh
I leap upon them.
They are not going to be able to fight back as they look up at you with these wide bloodshot eyes. Where the respirator tore off, it tore off part of the mask. So you just see bits of yeah, it's not a good sight as they just stare up at you with these wide eyes.
Cadence steps on the cord and like lifts his foot to kind of like wrap it around and then like yanks it and catches the ball uh at the end and then just like gets ready for another attack before they like as they see Auspice like leap on them. He's like, "Oh, well,
So I would
all
like to
right."
do two things. I would like to punch them out, and I would also, if I may, swipe some of that fear toxin vial to take with me because that's what I'm here for. Stealth swipe some of that. Make off with it. Sorry, that'd be great. I do not want to
You're gonna
make
make
out
out
with.
with it?
No,
So as you're like about to strike them, you do hear them say just "Is der Schneider endlich da? Wo sind die Flügel?" As that comes out, you strike and their head smacks backwards against the glass wall behind them, and the glass breaks as their head hits it, and they just slowly slump down. Their vials are available if you want to swipe one of them.
I do. Before I do, Auspice does know a bit of German. Would they
What's
be able to figure out what was said?
Yes, translated out, it is the Reaper finally here? Where are your wings?
And I think in response, I myself don't speak enough German to actually make this possible.
Mhm.
She responds right here and punches him. And swipes a vial.
I am going
Stealth swipe.
to uh roll an attack because I want to destroy the vials that are there.
All right. I'm
Before or
not.
after we swipe them?
Well, I don't necessarily know that Auspice has taken one, so I'm just
Mhm.
destroying them.
Yeah. To note, the vials are attached to their hand.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm not gonna have you make an attack roll, but
Okay.
you just swing the sound of silence and it smacks the hand, which hits the glass again. You hear the vials break, also the bones in the fingers, but yeah,
They'll heal.
yeah.
It's not gonna kill him.
Around this point as well, you hear the sound of something electrical getting cut, and the lights all come on as you also hear a ventilation shaft begin to function as the gas in the room begins to be pulled out of it.
Well, that is for the best because antidote or no, probably not best to have this stuff flitting about in our lungs, you know?
um, Before, like while they were dealing with Crane,
Mm.
I would like for King to just sort of slip out.
Yeah,
We're gonna head to the
and the
lighthouse.
lighthouse.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm schmoving. Yeah, I will say probably you. I won't have you make a stealth for that because most of this was happening during the attacking, so you are slipping away. You hear from above, just kind of seemingly through one of the ventilation shafts. I was able to cut the lines, so the light should be on, and the gas should be clearing out. I'll need a moment to have this get out of my system. But I'll hopefully see you all at the lighthouse once it's out of the way.
Right. Thank you.
The-
And Cadence is going to. Well, hold on. Let me actually. I'm gonna roll to perceive something because of a thing. That is a 9. Nope, sorry, I can't count. That's a 21 total to perceive. Auspice taking that vial.
Oh, you perceived it. I did not roll well enough.
Cool.
I think at most it was what's 5 plus. Yeah, no, that's still in the teens.
adding to what you've seen, like you do see that being taken. You also see on the wall, kind of like faintly hidden, where this seems to be Crane's like office.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few scattered things like thrown about, but on the wall there is a symbol that you spy that's like, okay, that's out of place. It looks like a jackal head of some
Okay.
kind, just imprinted against the wall.
Quick question, do I see the white rose anywhere?
Not in this room. That would be Strange would be the one that has that.
Okay.
Like the image of, or like someone took like
The
a
image
mask
of.
of some. Okay. Cadence's eyes blink, and you almost can hear like the telltale sound of a shutter,
Mm.
like a camera shutter. As they kind of just file that off in their database, so to speak. Are there any notes or anything on the desk that I see this on, or is it just
Yeah.
For the symbol, there doesn't seem to be any notes that
no,
pertain to
just
that.
notes in
No,
general?
yes, there's a bunch of documents that Crane has made of their
Yoink,
experimentations.
yoink. Those are mine now. Thank you.
There's also a few of these like cassette files of their experiments.
They'll leave those. They don't have a ton of like cargo space on
Yeah.
them, but like they can roll up some papers and shove it in like a utility pocket. That's what they're doing.
You hear, by the way, from in the same room, you hear tapping on glass.
I mean, I'm
And-
still next to the glass, so
And on this side of the glass, on like not on that, but in one of the cells in the room, there is a glass cell, and you see somebody who is surrounded by painted question marks, greasy black hair, very, very, very pale, as if has never seen the light of the sun ever. Skin, bags under their eyes, just
Just a mess, child. Just a mess.
Ah, the Riddler.
in the flesh, they say, muffled. Do you mind? There's a button on Crane's desk. You could hit that, and I'll be on my way. That'd be awesome.
is this the genuine Riddler or is this okay?
Edwina Enigma.
Just making sure it's not Clayface in disguise.
No, this is way too, way too messed up
Fraggles.
to look. Yeah,
No, they're like Cadence is like weighing the options, and they
they press their face to the glass and their eyes narrow a little. Like, you seem to be having trouble coming to the correct answer to this question. Please let me out.
Let him out.
you wanted the correct answer.
I have
All
the
right,
correct
then.
answer.
They they flit a little like utility knife and they cut the power to that button.
No, that is incorrect. You let them out and I punch him in the face.
Neither one of those is the correct answer. What
My
did I
answer's
do?
better.
What did I
Annoyed
do?
me.
I mean, recently.
Vexed me thoroughly.
They open their mouth and they immediately close it.
All heard the question. I do it. Do it.
Listen,
Do it for me.
beyond the whole like I'm here to keep criminals like you behind bars thing. Arabati is here, so you want to take your chances or what?
No, let her out.
They like seem to think about how they want to respond.
I'm gonna see if I can't get the
I
just
love the
jury wig.
idea of Cadence being like, no, and then being like, wait, and then being like, and they're like,
They like pace their cell a little bit.
Unfortunately, Auspice is not an electron. So it's like,
Okay.
I could
Okay.
try.
So
But-
you attempt, it's not connecting again. They seem to think about how they want to respond. They clasp their hands together. Okay. I will find a way out of here. You all know that.
I distinctly don't, but it's a possibility.
Their head hits the glass again. I'm a lot smarter than most of the people in here. I'll get out.
Good luck. And they like bump into Auspice by accident as they turn to go. Because
Give me a dex check.
you got it.
Can I
Auspice,
oppose
give
this?
me a perception check.
Can I say that Adele looks into the glass and like just fixes her hair and makeup?
Sees this happening and just
Incredible. You're the best.
That is unfortunate. That is a 23 total.
It's a
I
24.
don't think it's enough. Yeah.
okay. You all can proceed out
By
of
the
the
skin of my damn teeth.
you all proceed out of the room with the questioner just constantly hitting their head against the glass wall.
Just before Auspice leaves, they lean next to the glass and offer Nigma a layout of the place, greater detail than maybe the one they had.
They just sit and study it.
Just kind of etched into the glass.
King, you're on your way to the lighthouse, so I'm going to give you the perception of what you see as you head towards it.
Mhm.
You see at the door of the lighthouse a sword stabbed into the door frame with a note attached to it.
What's that say? Is it like really small?
It's there's it's a like a pretty large piece of paper, but the note's kind of simple. It's Strange isn't here. He's somewhere far safer. We'll be watching. With signed RAG.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Sorry. I'm so sorry. King doesn't know who that is. So I'm still gonna look. I'm gonna see if the flower is in here.
Entering into the lighthouse properly, you can see that a lot of the stuff has been taken. You do see a flower in a white flower in a glass dome, very Beauty and the Beast-esque.
Gotcha. Okay.
You also see several other notes laid out. You also see a couple guards that have been apparently here, dead on the ground. One of them, their neck broken. The other one, several shuriken stabbed through their back.
That's unfortunate. Okay. I'm gonna leave the notes. I'm gonna look over the notes, see what they say. Are they of any use?
They are mostly what seem to be observational notes taken by Strange about not the inmates of the asylum, but of Jet Crane, as well as observational notes of, apparently, observational notes of Auspice and of Adeli and of Cadence. Observation notes taken of Cadence from Metropolis
Hmm.
under the directive of Luther Corp.
Fantastic. All right. So just gonna and then I'm going to remove the notes about Auspice. Those are coming with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna leave the notes about Cadence. I've got pictures of those. Was there anything about me?
There doesn't seem to be not a lot of notes about you. There do seem to be notes associated to what it refers to as um, a very specific project known as Project Ace. These have associations with your name as well as Ivy, some notations on Bane, or as it refers to one of the Banes, uh, notations on Carlo, and a notation on a pair of individuals. One you only see as like codenamed Azrael. Second code name for the other individual. Where did I put my notation on that?
I don't like
Sorry,
any of
finding.
that.
I'm
No,
finding the name. I'm
you're doing
sorry.
great. No, you're doing great.
Second notation on the individual goes by the name of. Oh my god! It went away again. Where did you go? I have too many things. This world is too vast. Second notation on the individual known only as the Scythe.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, the stuff that I'm connected to, gone. No, thank you. No, thank you. And I guess we're gonna take the rose and go. Gonna just deliver that back to uh Ivy.
As you head out of the lighthouse, probably around this time, the rest of the group has made their way out as well. They see King. You can see them heading out of the manor.
Oh, okay, well I'm just gonna go around.
I do want to bring up
I'm here for it.
Adeli's look has changed a little bit as this has gone on.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not like looking like the person jogging in. She's
Yeah.
more, I don't know,
Put
what's the
together.
word? Yeah, she's more put together now, a lot more put together.
You just been grabbing shit, just like grabbing pieces, so that you have a fit now.
Grabbing pieces and like getting rid of stuff and
The image of her just going around changing her outfit is wild to me. I love that a lot. I love that a lot.
We love a deli in this house.
Absolutely, we stand. We have no choice but to.
So speaking of, as the three of you leave the manor, you see somebody like bursting out of one of the other doors, and you can see the I'm just describing it as what he is, the twinkish figure of Harley, uh, kind of pushing his way out, panting. Oh my god, you all are alive.
Hmm.
and so are
Yes.
you.
It was touch and go for a bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Is the crocodile still in there?
I hope so.
That's not very reassuring.
It's not reassuring that I don't know.
No. Auspice is going to keep walking towards the lighthouse because I do not want to be on the grounds with Sobek about.
Still attached to the door, you see the sword and the note.
On seeing the sword,
It's a
there's
scimitar.
that moment of looks at the note, kind of straight, and he's like, "No,
Mm-hmm. You do recognize the sword. It is a scimitar.
I am taking those with me
Mm-hmm.
because this
Do I get a chance to look at those before Auspice does that?
I would say
is like immediate, just snatch."
I would say you probably get a chance to look at the sword
Okay.
before you can see the note.
That
Be honest.
seems to mean a lot to you, Auspice.
I think, to be honest, Auspice, upon grabbing this, has given up on Strange because this is way more pressing. And like immediately tries to quit the field because it's like, this needs to go immediately to my bosses. Consequences be damned. If possible, that's exactly what I'm going to do, is try and get off this island now.
Mm-hmm. I would say that unless Cadence is going to try to stop you, nothing is stopping you from try to make your way off of the island.
Cadence.
Oh, Cadence
pulls
did
the
say
Gene
that seems
Wilder,
pretty.
stop, no, come back.
And I think Auspice does pause just long enough to like finally the question being caught up. If you're still around in a week, I'll come find you. We'll have a talk. And then she goes.
Auspice, like, Cadence, like, flips over an imaginary calendar and goes, I guess we'll see.
Adeli,
Then looks
your phone
around
rings.
and then, say again?
Adeli, your phone begins to ring.
Hello?
Please tell me that you are still alive.
Well, I wouldn't answer my phone if I wasn't.
It could have been absolutely anybody else. You don't know how many crazy people are around in this world.
Just a few. What do you want?
Do you need a car to pick you up?
Yep.
All right, I'll have Tony come by and grab you. I have news, and it might be important for you to be back in my employ.
I don't know if I want to work for you.
How much do you want?
I think I should work on my own.
There's like a little, just like a sound of a tongue clicking as if trying to think about how they want to word this. We'll talk.
You know, on secondhand, you don't need to send the car. I'll find my own way. And she hangs up.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. She's being so obstinate. Oh, no.
One
There we
moment.
go.
Sorry, I have a spider airdropping its way onto my desk.
Oh. Did you get it?
I hope so.
Well, that's never a good sentence.
I like smashed it this way because the last time it like hopped out of the way. But anyway, I'll tell that story later. Cadence comes up to Adeli and goes, now normally this is the part where you aren't paying attention and then you hear the sound of clicking and your hands are in cuffs. But we've all had kind of a rough night, so and Cadence slips them like a 20. And it's like, this should at least get you back into the city, right?
Thank you. I owe you one.
No, you don't. In fact, did not happen. Goodbye. And they like tighten the knot on the sound of silence, kind of like they're like pulling at a tie, and they start walking back to where they remember Arabati being.
King, as you make your way over to the greenhouse, Ivy is sitting on the steps, kind of tapping their feet.
Mm-hmm.
You look up. I'm presuming you brought my flower.
You think I would just come here if I didn't have something? I've been choked out by your vines before.
Mm.
I am not keen to do that again.
They smile. everyone, everyone given the same look.
Hey, I'm not saying I wasn't into it. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Anyway,
He extends his hand out.
I will present the flower.
As he takes it, the stem wraps around the hand as the flower kind of like situates itself on the back of his hand.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what? Or who RAG might be?
Yeah, initials. Might have an idea. Why?
They're the ones who had Strange. He wasn't there.
That's not possible.
Why?
RAG. It's initials for Rasputina Al Ghul. They died. They were dead. That's not possible.
Yes, they died. They were dead.
There is no. They are.
Did you kill them?
No, but they were buried here. And the plants, the soil.
They know them?
His eyes close. And you kind of see him like twitch a little bit as if he's communicating to something, and it's not giving him the right answers.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, what do your plans say?
There's no one in that grave.
Interesting.
Why is there no one?
In that grave? Because they're awake. Or they weren't actually there.
No, they were dead.
Like how long ago?
Yes, decades.
And you felt them when you were first
When I got
here?
transported here, yes, they were in their ground.
And the questioner said there was no ghosts.
You are mixed up in some strange things.
Me mixed up.
Gestures to the environment around and then points to you.
You are here. So what do you mean I am mixed up? You are mixed up too.
I am in prison. I am a model prisoner.
Do you want to go?
Yes. Fuck this place.
Okay.
Question, are you leading me back to that trash dump you call an apartment?
I made sure that the basement was cleared out so you could do your greenhouse things.
I suppose it will have to do.
Yeah. Do you want me to buy you a nice fancy place?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Were you being sarcastic?
Kinda, but also no.
He kind of like tugs the vest on a little bit tighter before walking over and just giving you a hug. I missed you.
I missed you too. Do you know there's more than one Bane?
I did not know that.
Well, here, you have some reading material while I blow us up a hole in the wall. So
Smile.
just like just
Mhm.
like Batman.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
look, mix those chemicals together. Doodle-doodle-doodle. Wow. Yeah.
Turning the page. Actually, before we do that, Cadence, as you're looking for your exit, um, you see a sleek black car, seemingly a mix of a sports car and an armored tank in design. As the top of the window at the top opens up, and you can see Adivati sitting in it, just examining the screen before she looks over to you in the back. You're muted.
They get in. I was like, it just wasn't fast enough to hit the button. I was, uh, they they get in, but before they do, they kind of like wipe some of the pollen off and like put their palm out. Good help.
Lifts up the wrist and scans as that is like noted, and you see their eyes begin to unbloodshot as it seems like whatever they were scanning through is now filtering through the suit.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
This is gonna be a long night.
Yeah, I don't envy you on that. Strange is not here. Uh, there was something left, some sort of scimitar on the door, but I couldn't see anything more before the auspice took it with them. And they seemed in quite the hurry to get out of here once they took it.
I'll be able to figure out where they're going from here. Looks like we'll have to have a conversation. And I think you might be staying here a little longer than you had initially thought.
Unfortunately,
I can have a room set up in the cave for you if you need more supplies.
I have some work to do, I think. I
As
don't
you
think Cadence will be good enough for this.
the window closes as you get in, and you see them pull the mask to where as they twist it, it pops slightly and opens up as they just let out a long, just a deep breath. Their skin finally fully exposed. So then, you were thinking of a new guise for Gotham?
Um, I think more than just for Gotham.
Their head tilts inquisitively.
You know, I did hear a bit of that conversation you had with Auspice,
Mhm.
and it gave me an idea. And there is a small like sense of a smirk to that, and they lean back, kind of like taking the opportunity to rest themselves a little bit in the back seat. Um, and they say, "You mentioned a little bit about utilizing Crane's fear toxin in lower doses, and I thought that would be quite a useful thing." And they like pull open a pocket and they reach into it and they pull out a vial
Yep.
with a long syringe on the end of it, and they kind of just like they have it by the tip, like the vial, like the middle of the syringe portion, so obviously they're not sticking themselves with it. um and they kind of just like bend the syringe portion a little bit, like on purpose to like make sure that like
Mhm. Nothing
just
spills
to keep
out.
it safe. Yeah. Uh, so I think I have a lot of work to do.
The cave is open.
And in their other hand is a vial of the pollen from ivy. So chemistry's never been exactly my strong suit, but I've always been known as a quick learner. And they put the vial and the bottle back in their respective pockets, and there's like a smirk as they pull down like that like cloth section of their mask, so to speak. And there's then a flashback of Cadence bumping into Auspice and just like swoop,
Yep.
just a little nimble little pickpocket as they take the syringe that Auspice took and pocket it themselves, and they're back in Audabati's car, and they lean back and say nothing else.
And as we turn the page, and Auspice, as you, I'm presuming, are making your way back to your apartment.
No, actually, there's no pit stop. Straight.
Oh, you were heading. Okay,
'Cause
this will make this very interesting. Um, Going through the passages that need to be gone through, you find yourself in the underground cavernous cathedral of sorts to the cavalcade.
I do think by this point she's at least aware that she does not have the
Yeah,
vial
for sure.
anymore, but it's just
For
like
sure.
that takes secondary. Just shows up, presents the sword. I found the reason strange is not for hire.
The man in a similar, almost like a raven-esque mask, picks up the blade and looks at it. The League of Assassins. This complicates matters.
Deeply.
Your assignment has changed. Every effort is going to be made to investigate Strange, and if the League is involved in this, as he stabs the blade into the ground, to eliminate that threat.
Understood.
Also, there's a moment's pause. Your actions have been taken note of by the Council of 12. They've elected to give you a boon, as it were. Although, considering the boon they've chosen, I might not be so excited about it. As you can hear the sounds of fighting behind them, like somebody being thrown and then a yelp and then another somebody being like thrown and punched. The Council of 12 has decided that you are of substantial knowledge to take on a fledgling. Gestures for you to follow.
Auspice, like I want it noted, like as the grant you a boon happened, that close up on Auspice's eyes, kind of going wide with fear.
Mhm. As they open, like as they place their hands on this stone that slides, you see. I have to look up a specific thing on this. I have to see what. Okay, cool. You see uh, a young girl, maybe around 15, uh, currently fighting with other members of the cavalcade in like what seems to be a very aggressive training bout. She's holding her own, but there's too many for her to competently fight all of them off, but she's doing really well up until you see one of them like strike her in the face and she hits the ground and then pops up and uppercuts that one. This one was found attempting to break into your apartment. It took 3 members of the court to restrain her. She has great skill and potential, so we figure we properly train her.
Would Auspice recognize this individual as someone who's been around?
You note that there's a few street orphans, as it
Mhm.
were, that move around the barrows. She looks relatively familiar. It's just hard to place her name, but she does look like one of the ones that seems to. This is
So-
one that tends to steal things.
I think half the reason they were even interested in Auspice's space is because Auspice in the past has
Mhm.
been, impressed by their efforts and just, you've got guts. Just
Yeah.
give them something.
Yep. You see their head like lift up, and they see somebody else come in, and they just spit on the ground. Yeah, they look like a teenage girl with black hair that's kind of cut in a militaristic style. She kind of stands and crosses her arms. What? This the next person supposed to fight?
Going to teach you to fight in a different way.
Okay.
This is just one of many tools that will be in your kit.
She smiles. I knew there was something different about you.
Oh, there are many things that are different about me.
She sticks her hand out for like a handshake.
And I think Auspice kind of it's a very fluid motion where it's like reaching for the handshake, grabs wrist, and inspects the injuries on this person's
A
hand.
lot of bruises and cuts. I'm Jasmine.
You can call me Auspice.
She smiles, and you now recognize where you met her. Jasmine, yeah, she was the first time you met her. She was trying to steal the rims off of somebody's car. What was her name? Jasmine Todd.
Get out.
And that is where we are
Get
going
out.
to close the issue
Get
of
out.
Gotham by Grasslands.
Leave.
Interesting.
Leave.
Thank you so much.
Interesting.
I am so
get
here
to
for this.
This is fun. Thank you everybody for joining us for this, for being a part of Gotham at Grasslands, for being a part of this amazing Black History Month celebration. Thank you all so much for donating to Black Girls Rock. It's rough out there for a lot of us here, and to use TTRPGs to uplift Black voices and marginalized voices has always been an important part of what we do. And thank you so much for Apochromatic for giving me the chance to do my take on that as well. Thank you to my beautiful, wonderful cast for being a part of this and for also helping to tell the amazing stories. Let's go around, say, hey, who you are, where we can find you, other stuff that you're doing. We'll go, you know what? Hey, Ink, where can I find you? What you doing?
Hi. Hello. Hi, I'm Q. You can find me out on the internet, Midnight Inc. That's Midnight, no more underscore INQ. Q is my name. I'm sure you get it. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. I keep making cowboys. So my schedule's gonna be kind of clear in the month of March. In the month of March, I'm taking a break because your boy is tired. And so we're doing that self-care thing and we're gonna be off for a month. But before that happens, you can find me over on Just the Humans channel, Cherry TTRPGs. I'm gonna be playing in a game of Orbital Blues. with Eli from Mayday RP. I will be making a cowboy because your boy keeps making cowboys. And then Tuesday, you should be able to find me on Live from the Apocalypse, where we're going to be playing Nephilim Tenebris, which is a Rust Hulks game. It's one of the Powered by the Apocalypse system games. It's so much fun. I'm playing Captain Cassidy Star Runner. And then I think that's pretty much it until I come back in April. So just like be good to yourselves until then. Don't let this bitch crash and burn while I'm out. Because I'm gonna be mad if I come back to, Anyway, that's it. That's all.
Janie, what are you doing? Where can we find you? You're muted.
Yes, I was. I am Janie. I was muted, and um I think my schedule's a little bit light coming up, but I know that we're going to finish Corner Shop at some point, and I think tonight I have another game. Not don't remember. But anyway, I'd like to pop up randomly. I like to surprise you. So be good, or you never know when I'm just going to show up.
Sparrow.
Hi. I had to panic because I was like, I hit the unmute button, but I was like, did it take this time? Hi, hello. I am your favorite burb on the interweb, A Black Sparrow from the Feywild and Out and the Zeldathon teams. I don't have much news on the Feywild front, but hopefully sooner or later we'll have our spring schedule all set up. I know we have an Avatar game we want to run, maybe Mass Effect Season 2, maybe. That's a thing, maybe. I do have a Cyberpunk one shot coming up on Wednesday, March 5th. That is over on Roll D5. And then I'm playing a one shot of Under the Autumn Strangely the following day. So keep an eye on my Blue Sky, which is at ablacksparrow.com for news on that. I also have a game called Bioshock Perdition that's coming up over with the Vault Companions, and then we are wrapping up season 1 of Crosshaven, which is a Pathfinder game over on Jared Hoy's channel, which is twitch.tv/therealgobshite. Again, just check out my socials because I tend to announce when these things are going on. So that way, if you're like, what? I don't remember the name of the Twitch channel. I got you. So there you go. I'll also be at Gen Con, apparently. So that's the thing.
Mhm. When is that happening? When is
Gen Con is end of July, early August.
Oh,
In Indianapolis. So you'll be able to run up on me and yell at me for things that I've done for in real life.
Porta. You're muted, kind of. Yep, it's
Uh-oh.
still. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, a thing fully came out, so I don't think that's good. Oh no.
Oh wait,
Oh,
picked up a little bit.
Come on. There
Oh
we
yeah,
go. There we
yeah,
go.
yeah.
there we go.
So it's actually detachable on purpose, and that's part of the problem. I think it's
Oh.
become like faulty loose where it's supposed to be, and this is flexible, so that wire might be getting pinched in places, which isn't great.
We don't
I
want
am
that.
Forta. You can find me on most of the internet at Fortaver, Fortaver, with and without the dash in between, except for the places I'm LexArts with 2 X's, like my Patreon. I illustrate, I play games. I don't have a set schedule, so if you want to know what I'm doing, follow my Blue Sky, which is Fortaver. And yeah, chuck a follow at my Patreon. That's where I announce things, those 2 places.
And then there was me. Hi, I was your DM. I'm Javante. I'm Javante on Twitter and Javante on Blue Sky. Stuff that I'm doing. Every Thursday, I run games on my own channel on Twitch, Eclipse613. Coming Thursday, I'm doing Set Sail, a One Piece D&D 5e adventure, where we're finishing up Arc 1, and we're going to begin Arc 2, which means I have guest character again. Yay! Keep an eye on that, I suppose. Opposing Thursdays to that, I run Blood and Cinders, a game set in a 5.19 system made by Logan Laidlaw using his homebrewed world and setting. It's awesome. I got to reintroduce Fosh again. Everyone loves Fosh. Outside of that, I also run, I'm in stuff on Pluto Cleric's channel at Pluto's Underworld. Notably, we are doing Sentai Sensibility, where I'm in Rangers of the Ton, as your Green Ranger boy. I have other things coming up soon, TM, that I can't announce, including also a game that I will be casting. Hi, do you like fighting games? Do you like arcades? Do you like Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter? I am going to be running a one-on-one TTRPG setting with multiple people, using the Musha Shugyo system, taking place as a literal story mode of a fighting game with your character running through it. Outside of that, I do stuff randomly on my own Twitch, including in 2 weeks' time, I'm going to be no-lifing WWE 2K25 because I got it early because your boy is obsessed with wrestling. So keep an eye on my Twitch for that. Once again, thank you so much, Apochu, for hosting this, and please check out Apochromatic Unlimited on Blue Sky for updates. Thank you to our sponsor, Transplanter RPG, for being super special, awesome, and sponsoring what we're doing. And thank you, everyone, for donating to Black Girls Rock. I love you all very much. Thank you for being you and for being a part of this, and we will see you next time.